In the first part of the 20th century, when Paul Ransom was accepting students into his very small school in Coconut Grove, he wrote each student a letter. And that letter laid out what he expected of them if they were going to join this community in the Adirondacks and Coconut Grove.
We come to Ransom Everglades thinking that we want to contribute more to the community, and that idea is sort of fostered by the school. What Paul Ransom outlined, he separated the world into three types of people, and he identified Ransom Everglades students as the third type of person.
The third class of people were people who wanted to be in the world, to give back to the world, and thought that there was a place for them because there was a place to serve.
Our mission of service and commitment to the community comes from that letter and from what we built here over a century ago.
So the expectation starting for the first day that students begin in the middle school is that they will be involved in something service related.
Breakthrough Miami brings in various students from public schools to tutor them and help them on the weekends with various subjects.
I'm the president of Rock for Relief. Rock for Relief is just a great way to combine my love for performing music and a desire to give back to my local community.
We spend the beginning reading with them. A lot of them read under their levels or what's average for their age, which is why what we do is really important. We work on not just being someone who's tutoring them, but someone who's modeling and mentoring.
At first they're kind of shy because they don't really know us, and then when you come in on that Saturday, their smiles just beam out. They come, they run at you, they give you a huge hug, and it's just a whole lot of love.
Another amazing thing we do is the rescue mission. This happens right before the holidays. The students have to bring in food. We collect it in our advisories, and then this big truck arrives on campus, and we do a massive loading of the truck. And if you could see the amount of goods that go onto that truck, you would be amazed.
Thanksgiving baskets are something that has been happening here in the middle school for many, many, many years. I think it was one of the most meaningful activities for our students because they actually get to see where the fruits of their labor are delivered.
St. Albans Day is a holiday celebration when we bring in children from the surrounding communities and give them a really nice holiday party. Same thing happens in the middle school, and it's a day of party and joy and happiness and Santa Claus and gifts, and the kids all leave with a smile on their face, and I know they can't wait to get here and celebrate with our children. I'm often asked why we don't have a service requirement built into our curriculum, specifically why we don't count hours. We expect the kids to contribute. We expect the kids to perform community service, and they do it because they want to make a difference.
Ransom students, I think, recognize all the resources that they're fortunate to have, and they want to give back to those who aren't as fortunate.
We kind of see our local community as a brotherhood in a way.
Students aren't counting hours and stuff, so when you see a student participating in a certain community service organization, you really know that's because they're passionate about it, and it's not a chore or burden.
When there's a hurricane, when there's a natural disaster, when there's a fire on the West Coast, the kids rally around immediately and want to figure out ways to help.
As Paul Ransom said in his letter, you're not in the world for how much you can take out of it, but for how much you can put into it. You don't need to get rewarded for everything you do. It's just out of the good of your heart.